What's up, guys? We are digging back into the Deadpool / Sauron wave of Marvel Legends today, taking a look at Deadpool in the boxer shorts. So we have got him in our standard packaging, but he is positioned in a pretty humorous way, kind of like he's kicking back, laying back in bed with the Sauron body there, which I really like what they did with that. And then the back has our product shot, our Build-A-Figure, and our product lineup. So let's pull this guy out and take a look. Alright guys, here we are at the final Deadpool in this Deadpool wave. We have got the boxer shorts Deadpool, or what a lot of folks I've been saying are calling Chillpool. And it even says on the back of the box to Deadpool and chill, as slightly cringy as that may be. But this figure is kind of interesting. He's got some weird stuff going on, some bad stuff going on too. And after this review, if you want to grab one for yourself, head on over to Big Bad Toy Store. I will, as always, put a link down below. But this guy has, yeah, he's got some weird things going on here. So we're going to, of course, take a look at articulation first, see how he moves, and then we'll take a look at the rest of him. So as far as moving him around, he is pretty standard stuff. Most of him, well, at least the upper half, is a Bucky cap body. It's basically reuse from the original Deadpool figure that we have gotten. And yeah, so you're going to kind of see stuff you probably already know about. Head can move side to side, down, up, tons of motion there. You can, look any which way you want, really. Arms go out, all the way around, biceps swivel, double jointed elbow, pretty much a little better than 90. We have got hinge and rotation. Crunch goes back one, and he goes forward a little bit. Waist twist, and then from the legs down, this is where we are new, or at least I believe this is new. I've never seen a Legends that has anything like this before. Legs go all the way out. Kick forward, kick backwards a little bit. Thigh cut, double jointed knee, not too great, doesn't really go too far back. There is nothing at the boot or shin because, he doesn't have any kind of line break there. It's one straight sculpted piece. And then we've got rocker and we've got hinge down at the ankles. So he is, pretty standard stuff. He is nothing you haven't seen before. The only real piece of limiting articulation would be from the knees down, where knees are kind of not great. They don't bend as far back as I would like. He has some meaty calves, and then he doesn't have any kind of boot cut, but that's not too big of a deal breaker. In the looks department, this guy is kind of interesting, kind of weird, got some good, got some bad. I've got some paint slop on my figure in particular. But this guy is kind of the Figma killer in a way as well. If you guys are familiar with the Figma Deadpool, it's the version that I believe introduced this particular look into figure form. And honestly, I think this is the way to go. If you really want this look, there's no reason to buy an import figure. You can just get this guy as well. So he is kind of cool. He's definitely my favorite of the 3 Deadpool figures that we've gotten, only because he's so, wacky. But he does have some kind of bad points as well. For one, he's using the Bucky cap body. I don't particularly care for this anymore. It's kind of tired and old and used, and that means this is all reuse up here at the top. Not the head, but the rest of him. All of the arms and the chest is reuse. You can see I've got some serious paint slop going on here. Lines are really fuzzy. Just in general, the paint on the arms is just plain not good. We have got the sculpted belt piece here that we saw with the original Deadpool figure. It has a holster, but he doesn't come with a gun that fits in there. And on that first Deadpool, these grenades were painted, but they're not here. So I feel like there was kind of a miss there. We have got 2 accessories to talk about while I've got them here. These are the same guns that came with Domino in the recent X-Force style wave. These are black instead of hers being purple, so I might swap them out for her because, they're fun and interesting guns, but I don't really think that this Deadpool really needs guns. If anything, he needs, like some food items or something. You might have seen the thumbnail. He's got a beer in his hand. So I don't think this was the way to go. I like these guns in black versus purple, but I don't think they fit Deadpool very well. From the waist down is where this figure is interesting, for sure. So we've got the white boxer shorts with the purple kind of smiling heart eyes Deadpool logos all over them. And those are pretty well done. Sculpted pretty nicely. They flow really well, even though the joints are right there. And in general, the paint on them is really clean. They've even got some sculpted detail. There's the button on there as well as the flap on the boxers, and you can see the elastic band at the top as well. And then of course from the legs down, he does have exposed legs, and they are just disgusting. So similar in style to the face that you see up here. We'll talk about the head in a second, but also similar in style to the exposed head that we've seen previously in this line, where it's just all scabby and disgusting. There might be a little bit of a heavy wash on there, maybe a little too heavy, but in general I like the sculpt here. I think it looks really nice. We've got a missing sock on his left foot. We do have kind of a janky torn sock on his right, and he's got the pink fuzzy slippers, which are sculpted really well. That's all sculpted detail. So I like him from the waist down. I don't really care about this. It's, you know, which one do I like the most out of 3 figures that are all Deadpools that I really don't care about? It's this one. As far as the head sculpt on this guy goes, I think it's pretty solid. You know, I like him from the waist down, and I like him from the neck up is the way to describe it. He's got the mask pulled up over his nose, so you can see that exposed flesh. He's got the smile going, and everything there is sculpted really, really nicely. It's got a little bit of a wash in there. Not nearly as heavy-handed as what's on the legs, thankfully, but this is a similar mask to what we've seen previously with other figures. Basically, everything except the 90s Deadpool. So they all have this newer style mask with a little dealy bob hanging in the back, and it's all sculpted really well. It looks good. It's very, very much a Deadpool style expression, and I'm pretty happy with it. And, you know, I don't really care for the chest, arms, and guns, but I like everything else about this figure. So yeah, overall, this is an okay figure at best. He's going to be a kind of love it or hate it type thing, I imagine, because he is such a unique look. That said, you know, if you were interested in the Deadpool Figma figure, you might be able to skip it and just get this guy now, and it's definitely cheaper. I do think that he is a neck up, waist down type situation for me, though. I don't really care about the chest at all. I don't like the arms. I do have paint issues on mine, and then I don't really care for the guns. I think I'll probably use them with Domino just because I don't think he needs guns, and if he did, you know, he should have at least had one that fit in that holster. That's kind of a weird oversight, I think. If anything, I think he'll be a good test subject to use a bunch of those little 1/12 scale food items that I reviewed a while back. You know, that's where that beer came from. So I think that's where this figure lies, in a more comedic style realm with like food items and odd props and not necessarily weapons. So that's going to do it for this look at the Deadpool in boxer shorts from Hasbro's Marvel Legends. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And until next time.